Niels McGuinness was the first press photographer on the scene.
I ran with my 2 cameras and my flash equipment. It was horrible, really horrible. But I had to keep on taking pictures.
After the bombings, Mr. McGuinness was prescribed large doses of tranquilizers. He became addicted to them and is still suffering withdrawal symptoms. He talks about the night that changed his life in a documentary to be shown this weekend.
On November the 21st, 1974, 2 terrorist bombs exploded in Birmingham. 21 people were killed and 167 injured. This happened at the height of the trouble.
These flashing lights, blue flashing lights for the ambulances and fire engines. I could sense there was something else which I had to cover. When I stopped my car and someone said a bomb had gone off, I couldn't believe it. Just could not believe it. Oh, I'm still nervous now to think about that scene.
Niels McGuinness was the first photographer on the scene.
You had to be alert at all times, 24 hours a day. I used to sleep with the camera at the side of my bed.
On the night of the bombings, Niels was working for the Press Association.
I ran with my 2 cameras and my flash equipment. It was horrible, really horrible. But I had to keep on taking pictures.
Ralph Dawson was one of those he photographed that night.
Just going down into a cellar, total darkness, lots of dust, and you couldn't hear a thing. And then we went down and did it as much as we could to get the people out. Unfortunately, it was too late for the person in the blanket.
And just outside the Odeon Theatre, I saw this fireman, and the expression on the faces, you can read off their expressions that they were shocked.
I didn't know there was any photographers there at all. I didn't know the picture had been taken. We just messed it, and it was just 3 other chaps that were there at the time. I've never spoken of it from that day to this. It's about 25 years, I think.
There was people crying, very distressed. I saw an ambulance. And there was an injured man. Looked like his eyes, he lost his eyesight. And a woman caring for him. I went inside the ambulance. I don't know why, but I had to take up more and more pictures. I really feel dreadful about it, but it had to be done. It had to be covered. It made me grow up that night. It made me grow up to face problems. I didn't realise how bad people can be, being destructive, and the loss of human life.
Photographer Niels McGuinness was prescribed large doses of tranquilizers and he became addicted to them. He's still suffering withdrawal symptoms.
200 people injured, over 200 people, and being there and witnessing it has made a change. When I'm talking about it now, I've got pins and needles all over my body, headaches. I think they call it post-traumatic stress. I never said this before to anyone. I don't really want to go in any pubs at all, but especially in the centre of Birmingham. I'm more calm now than I was. I managed to walk through the streets of Birmingham without a fear of more horrific explosions. I walk past the Rotunda, I look up at Rotunda and I think, and I have flashbacks. They don't affect me as such, but I do reflect quite a lot. I really do. What happened on that night.
Yeah.
I'm still proud to be a newspaper cameraman, and I still want to take pictures. I really do, and I feel very upset that I can't take pictures like I did or like I could do in the past. But I'm still very anxious to think back on that night. Very anxious and sad and ashamed of everything what went on. But I feel very, very proud of the people who helped at that night.
The people acted as a community. There was a reaction. People showed their feelings, showed their grief, showed their sorrow. And, you know, I was proud.
But everybody, I mean, everybody's good to go. The taxi drivers, I mean, the ambulance people, the people in the burns unit, every single person in the emergency service, I thought it was brilliant that night.
I can imagine that many, many people from Birmingham would have done anything to be there and to help. So really, you know, it's a privilege looking back on it, to being able to have done something.
I was a Brummie, helping Birmingham people. I'm just proud to be a Brummie.